In our last episode, a squad from the 15th Tactical Army Corps, led by Dana Sterling, infiltrated a fallen enemy spacecraft to find that it was filled with startling alien technology. Their discovery was the beginning of a highly successful reconnaissance, culminating in the actual capture of a bioroid during their daring escape. With communications broken off due to a massive enemy attack, Central Command had no idea what its recon troop was encountering within the mysterious spaceship. In fact, contact was only re-established after the troop had made good its escape. 15 squads' observations supported the belief that the Robotech Masters had come to Earth in search of the last known supply of protoculture. They came because of the Zentradi failure to accomplish this mission 15 years earlier. Earth headquarters decided that reconnaissance flights should be maintained around the alien ship at all times.
Recon ship, maintain present altitude and set your video cameras to auto-record. Over.
Roger, base. This is Recon Ship 14. Do you read me? Over.
This is headquarters. I read you loud and clear.
We're over the enemy vessel now. It's real quiet.
Roger. Maintain your reconnaissance.
14, out.
Without the technology to develop protoculture on their own, the Robotech Masters are desperately trying to recover the last known production matrix. Their initial attempts are taken as serious threats by the Army of the United Earth Forces.
Hey, Sergeant. Did you hear anything about that alien who was captured a few days ago?
As a matter of fact, I did. He appears to be human like us.
What do you mean appears to be human? Don't they know for sure?
You can't always tell from the way someone looks. Remember the Zentradi? They look like my next-door neighbor. But that didn't make them human, did it? We better keep a close watch here.
Okay, but how are we supposed to identify the enemy if they look just like us?
If they come out of that ship, believe me, they're aliens.
Back at Earth Defense Headquarters, Dana Sterling tries to reconcile the conflict she's beginning to feel as a result of her mixed heritage. As the child of an alien mother and a human father, her encounter with the inhabitants of the alien ship was profoundly disturbing.
How can I shoot at people who might very well be my own relatives?
Lieutenant, I don't mean to interrupt. Target practice, huh? Too bad there's no aliens around to aim at.
Oh, brother, you're unbelievable. I suppose you think we should shoot every alien on sight, huh? Would that make you happy?
Well, we'd be a lot safer, ma'am. And I don't think anybody on their side's going to hesitate to fire at us.
I've been sent here with an urgent message for Lieutenant Dana Sterling.
Yes?
General Emerson wants to see you and Corporal Nichols right away. My instructions are to bring you to him immediately.
We'll be there at once. Wait for us outside, Private.
If you're tied up, who'll command the patrol?
I guess since you're the ranking subordinate, you take charge, Angelo.
I'm ready, ma'am. Okay, move out.
All we do around here is patrol. A guy can't relax for 10 minutes in this outfit.
Let's go, Bowie.
Yeah, all right. I wonder if I'll ever get to see that alien girl from the ship again.
The girl who captured Bowie's interest is Musica, the guardian of the powerful cosmic harp. Through her manipulation of the electronic beams of the harp, she creates a sound which controls the motor nerve reflexes of the clones on board the Robotech flagship. Musica is assisted in her duties by her two clone sisters, Allegra and Octavia.
That's lovely. Do go on, will you?
As the haunting melody of the cosmic harp fills the damaged ship, strategy is plotted within the chambers of the Robotech Masters. They find themselves in a desperate situation. The secrets of protoculture production have been lost with the passing of Zor, who first created it. All attempts to rediscover those secrets through the cloning of Zor have ended in failure. Now, the Robotech elders are forced into confrontation as a final alternative. They must try to recapture the last remaining protoculture matrix hidden on Earth before their civilization literally collapses around them.
I expect a full report on damage to our ship and an update on the Micronian position.
Most of the damage is isolated to the reflex power modules, and the Micronians will probably attack again. We should escalate our combat profile.
How could the situation have come to this point? It was never our intention to destroy the Micronians or harm their planet.
The Micronians feel threatened by our presence here.
They must realize that our clones are not here to harm them or to change their civilization in any way. The true threat to both our races is the parasitic Invid, who will come in search of the protoculture themselves.
We must complete our mission before the Invid arrive. The Micronians are dangerous and must be destroyed if they continue to obstruct us.
In the Defense Center laboratory, the captured bioroid has now been dissected by forensic engineers.
I think you're going to find this very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Since you two captured the bioroid, I wanted you to act as witnesses.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin.
Let me start by saying that this thing is a complicated network of mechanical parts, controlled by biological stimuli, the origin of which is uncertain at this time. However, we think that this module here acts as a control device, or overload circuit mechanism.
Then if you bypass that relay, these should act like some sort of a muscle.
Watch out, Louis! I think it's going to attack us!
Don't worry, Lieutenant. It's not going anywhere. It's only responding to the stimulus I'm giving it here.
Huh?
I've wrapped these wires around my forearm, and when I flex my muscle, it responds.
Huh?
Huh?
You mean it's kind of like power-amplified body armor?
Bingo! And if my hunch is right, we're up against a brand new form of life.
A new form of life? I don't get it.
Sir?
Simply stated, Lieutenant, we have a machine here that responds to physical stimuli. Roll it.
Yes, sir.
In other words, it's a type of armored suit that responds to the stimulus provided by a pilot. Through a complicated network of biological diodes, it is then connected to the pilot, and when he transmits an order from his brain, the bioroid reacts exactly the same way, and in a matter of nanoseconds.
That's why they're so maneuverable.
Then this bioroid is an extension of its pilot?
Mm-hmm. We believe their circuits have been biogenetically imprinted in a way we don't understand.
It's incredible. Doctor, you're suggesting a biomechanical life form.
The bioroid responds to stimuli from a living being. That means the pilots would have to be living beings too, or the machine wouldn't respond to them. But I thought the pilot we captured was an artificial android.
What's the most effective way to stop these bioroids once and for all?
Well, considering what we know about the basic design, I'd say the most effective method would be to destroy the control mechanism.
Let's have more input. Lieutenant Sterling, you and Corporal Nichols were engaged in actual hand-to-hand combat with these things. Did either of you observe any weak points in their individual defense systems?
No, sir. I was too wrapped up in strategy and battle tactics.
Let me think back. I got in a couple of direct hits, I remember that, but how would they register? The micro recorder! The black box from the bioroid must have kept track of the damage incurred during the battle.
You're probably right, Corporal.
Our main computer would have it processed by now.
Mm-hmm. Could you roll that?
Sure. Patch into the main computer and put it up on the screen.
Yes, sir. Now I remember what was so weird about those guys.
Louis, what the heck are you mumbling about?
I think I might know why those bioroids have been so hard to stop.
Yeah?
Computer readout on the main monitor. Display the damaged sections individually, please. I think I'm right.
Would you mind being more specific?
Maybe I can clear it up. First, put out all the bioroids that suffered more than 50% damage. Now, from that group, isolate those that sustained direct hits, and you'll see what I mean. That's about the way I read it.
I see. They're unaffected by direct hits unless you can destroy the cockpit.
Then the cockpit is where we should direct our attack. I'll make it a standing order to aim only at the cockpit.
You can't do that. If you issue those orders and destroy the bioroids, you'll also destroy the pilots.
That should be obvious. The android pilot would be destroyed along with his machine.
That's right, but the pilots may not be androids.
In your report, you said the pilots were androids, even though they looked like human beings. Now, what makes you think the pilots are anything more than programmed clones?
Bioroids react to living stimuli.
Come to think of it, what do we really know about the captured pilot?
Only that he received some serious wounds. We've got him under guard in the infirmary, sir.
General Emerson?
Yes?
Sir, your presence is requested in the war room. Commander Leonard is being briefed on the captured clone pilot.
What is it? Huh? Did something happen to him?
Yes. He stopped functioning an hour ago.
What?
Yes, sir. The autopsy's done.
Come along, Lieutenant Sterling. I want you to hear this.
Sir.
Would it be all right if I came too, sir?
No, Corporal. Rejoin your squadron.
Yes, sir.
Biomechanical weapons controlled by programmed androids. How are we supposed to fight against that?
It's my duty to inform you Robotech will be right back. I've been ordered to tell you Robotech is back.
Basically, that's what our examination revealed about the alien pilot.
Gentlemen?
General, we've just received our preliminary report. Why don't you have a seat?
Thank you. Sit right here next to me, Lieutenant.
And who's this officer you brought with you?
She's the commander of the 15th Squadron who were responsible for the capture of the bioroid.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted her to hear this.
Dr. Byron, would you please tell General Emerson what your findings indicate?
Certainly. First of all, we found something remarkable inside the pilot's body. He was a very advanced android with some kind of bioelectric device implanted in his solar plexus.
What?
Most extraordinary. We can only describe it as an artificial soul. It's possible that this race was forced to adapt to hostile environments as it began to expand across the universe, and if so, an android biosystem would have been a natural development.
Ooh.
It's obvious what's happened here. These aliens, or at least their clones, are nothing less than a barbaric strain of micronized Entrati who were scattered throughout the universe. Only now they've returned to wreak havoc upon the inhabitants of this planet.
Commander, you're mistaken.
Wait!
How dare she?
I'm convinced that Bioroid pilot was not a micronized Zentradi, but a living being.
My observations are completely documented. What proof do you have to back up your absurd proposition?
I've had some first-hand experience in dealing with them.
Sterling, sit down.
Look here. It's possible you've misread these renegades. After all, in the heat of battle, one is often mistaken.
No! Why do you refuse to accept the possibility I might be right?
Don't you provoke us. Quiet down at once or you'll be forced to leave.
You're fools if you refuse to hear me out.
I believe I've heard enough. Guards, remove this insubordinate immediately.
Perhaps we should listen to her.
I haven't got the time for her disruptions.
Let go! You're making a big mistake! Can't you see that? Get your hands off me, you idiots! Let me go!
Dr. Byron, please continue with your report.
Meanwhile, Squadron 15 is just arriving for patrol duty in Sector 5.
Who goes there? Identify yourself!
15th Squadron reporting as ordered. Sergeant Dante reporting. Is our perimeter going to be the same as this morning's patrol?
Yes, Sergeant. Everything appears to be quiet here, but you never know about these aliens. Sometimes they swoop down out of nowhere and just start blasting.
Well, Lieutenant, we'll be sure to keep our eyes open. It looks like I'll be leading the patrol today.
Yes, I heard. We were notified Lieutenant Sterling was called away to a meeting. 14th Squad, secure your hover tanks. Thanks a lot. See you, Sergeant. So long.
Good luck, Lieutenant. Everyone stand by. We're moving out.
Yes, sir. Everything's ready to go.
What?
Isn't that Lieutenant Sterling's tank?
Yep, that's her.
Hold up there!
Welcome back, Lieutenant.
What happened at the meeting?
The officers on the general staff are nothing but a bunch of idiots. They insist that the Bioroid pilots are cloned from mutants Entrati.
Lieutenant, we discovered the relay switch we thought was a control device is actually some kind of sonic frequency receiver.
A what?
The Bioroid is probably controlled by a mixture of telepathic suggestion and signals from artificial sensors.
You mean they're not controlled by the pilots at all?
Well, I'm sure they can be, but not like we thought. It looks like some kind of higher intelligence may be at work by remote control.
Gentlemen, it seems to me that our course is clear. We must commit ourselves to destroying these androids whenever they appear as Bioroid pilots.
But, sir!
Yes? Do you have something to say, General?
If these aliens possess any human qualities, then we should try to negotiate. Fighting can't be the only alternative.
Well, surely you don't believe that we could ever come to terms with a group of barbarians like them, do you, Emerson?
I believe anything is better than losing more lives.
Yes, but their advanced technology leaves us no other choice. Even if we could negotiate, we'd be doing it from a position of weakness, not strength, and that would be fatal. It's out of the question. Now, will there be anything else from you, General?
No, Supreme Commander, not now.
Good.
Unaware of what the Earth forces are planning, the Robotech Masters are busy making plans of their own.
This Micronian ignorance of our purpose and their inexperience with protoculture makes them a dangerous threat to our cause.
And too many of our Bioroid pilots have been severely injured to mount an effective attack against them at this time.
Are the shields still functional?
We estimate a functional capacity of only 20%.
We cannot leave and we cannot fight. What option is left us?
We must use the Micronians. First, we must experiment. We will kidnap some of the Micronians and subject them to a Xylonic mental probe to determine whether or not we can turn them into pilots. This will strengthen our forces.
That is all we can do if we want to survive.
Red alert! Red alert! The aliens are attacking!
Stand by alert to all sections immediately!
Listen! Come on, hurry! Follow me!
I'm right behind you!
The Army of the Southern Cross, alerted to the new attack by the Bioroid renegades, responds with lightning quickness as it prepares to defend Earth's cities and bases. The giant war machine focuses its full power on the approaching alien armada. As the vessels fill the sky, the atmosphere crackles with the excitement of impending battle.
Let them have it!
Go, boys! Everyone keep firing! Lieutenant, what's our status?
There are too many of them to hold off, sir. I've already notified Command Central.
Anyway, I told them.
Huh?
What's going on?
I hate to tell you, but it looks like a full-scale enemy attack.
Everyone into their fighters now! Move it!
Let's go!
If you have any alternative, don't shoot directly at their cockpits. We might be able to capture one.
Like there's more than we can handle, Lieutenant.
There must be a way to disable the Bioroids without harming the pilots. There must be.
I thought the pilots were androids.
Yeah, so did I. What's going on?
They're living beings, I know it.
What's the difference whether they're cloned androids or live aliens? They're still shooting at us. Data behind you. Civilian hostages. You're a goner now, buddy.
Angelo, stop!
Ah! I've got you, Lieutenant. Hang on. You get out of here. I'll cover you.
I'm staying right here.
They're getting away. Come on, after to do with all those hostages?
That's a good question, Sergeant.
Yeah, a real good question.
Negotiating couldn't have been worse than this.
Don't make assumptions. Who's to say if we had tried to sit down and reason with them, the results would have been any different? We may have prevented a worse disaster. Well, what's the final figure?
Over 200 citizens have been kidnapped, sir.
I see. In the official report, list them as casualties of the battle.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what they're up to, but whatever it is, it won't work. Not as long as I have a single man left to fight against them.
Once again, the Earth is deeply involved in an interstellar conflict which has overwhelmed its military capabilities and has reached out to affect helpless civilians. It is a war which will challenge the very core of the society which has rebuilt itself from the ashes of devastation. In our next episode, the Robotech Masters subject human prisoners to a series of mental probes to determine the extent of their knowledge of protoculture. Their concern is twofold. Without protoculture, their civilization will crumble, and eventually their arch-enemies, the Invid, will sense the presence of protoculture on Earth and come looking for it. Be sure to be watching next time for Stardust, the latest chapter in the Odyssey of Robotech.